into yoga just over 15 years ago now. I was in social work at the time here in Hamilton. I worked for the welfare department, and it was a really stressful job. The caseloads were incredibly high. So just a lot of pressure in that way, and some other stuff, going on in my life too. And I definitely was looking for a way to release that stress, and I was really feeling it in my body. I think the desk work and the pressure of that. So that's how I sought it out in the first place, and I loved it. Way back I used to do aerobics, but I just don't think it did it for me. In a physical sense, yes, but that was about it. Yoga always appealed to me. I always had an interest in it, but just hadn't explored it. And then the first time I did the class, it totally resonated with me. I just thought, yes, this is right for me, and the effects were immediate. That's what I like about yoga, that in the course of a class, from beginning to end, you can walk in and feel stressed, or your shoulders are up to your ears, or your back hurts, and by the time you walk out, you can physically feel the difference, but your mind is calmed down. You just feel better all around. Yoga definitely is a mind, body, spirit connection. And I think that's why it's so fulfilling. People are looking for more than just a physical activity. It certainly does that. It addresses the tensions in your body. It's toning. It works your flexibility, etc. But I think very much because of the breath work, it has an immense calming effect on your system. And because your focus turns inwards, you come away from the activity of the mind. So you feel the benefits of that too. Once you've done that takes you to your center, to that quiet place inside yourself. And once you're there, then you can hear your thoughts. Your thoughts become clearer. All the insignificant things fade away into the background, and you're left with what's significant. So you connect with a deeper part of yourself that you may not otherwise. Hatha yoga is actually the physical practice of yoga. People think that's a style of yoga, but that truly actually only means the physical postures of yoga, rather than, say, a meditative form, for instance. I just happened to luck out in the sense my teacher was a Kripalu teacher, and also had a Phoenix Rising yoga therapy background. And it's a yoga from the heart. It's yoga of compassion. I think all yoga has that element, but with different approaches. So I love that about it. It's a very nurturing style of yoga. It doesn't mean that you don't work deeply and you don't receive a lot of physical benefits from that too. But the intention is to turn inward. Sometimes it's referred to as meditation in motion. This is what I want. I want to be doing. I still intend to be present and to be teaching to my students. There's other areas that I'm delving into too. I like to do volunteer work. I like to bring yoga to people that maybe aren't exposed to it, or may not have the opportunity to practice it. For instance, next week I'm starting a volunteer class with some psychiatric patients through St. Joseph's Hospital. I had been asked to volunteer a class with them, and I did it, and they loved it. Their response was incredible. They went from really being very passive and uninvolved to really responding to the point where people would just spontaneously yell out, I'm happy, or I feel good, or we were practicing the tree posture, and some people were a little resistant to trying it. So that was fine if they just wanted to sit and just be in the environment. And we had practiced tree and had just come down from that and was moving on, and a fellow that hadn't participated in the class just suddenly just reached his arms up and did a tree on his own, and it was just such a beautiful moment that he had been affected, and he wanted to participate, and energetically he felt it, and he reached out for it. And so I find that work extremely satisfying.